Welcome to the CXDS podcast series powered by Fortinas Events. This is the global stage where CX, omnichannel, loyalty, and retention leaders unite to shape the future of customer experience. Join the conversation as CX pioneers and experts share bold strategies shaping the world of CX forward.
Hi, hello, and welcome to the Fortinas Events Global Podcast Series, where we sit down with customer experience, marketing, and digital leaders to explore how technology, data, and innovation are transforming the way businesses engage with their customers. I'm your host, Rashika, and in each episode, we uncover practical insights that today's CX leaders can apply in an increasingly digital and customer-centric world. So today's conversation is all about how organizations can leverage CRM, AI, and integrated platforms to build stronger, more connected customer relationships and deliver seamless experiences across the entire customer journey. So joining us today is Khoo Chia Ching, the Regional Marketing Manager for APAC at Zoho. So cool. It's great to have you with us today. Thank you so much for joining the podcast. So before we begin, could you please start with just a bit of introductions of Zoho and yourself?
Sure. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here. So I'm Khoo. I'm representing a software company, Zoho. So Zoho is a prolific software company that's bootstrapped and founded back in 1996. So it has we have more than 55 different cloud-based integrated SaaS products for businesses, ranging from CRM to finance to human resource, serving over 150 million global users till date. So I head the regional marketing efforts for the APAC region. Yeah, nice to be here today.
Yes, it's nice to have you here. So, all right, thank you so much, Cool. Now let's jump into the conversation. So the first question is, Cool, Zoho has built a comprehensive ecosystem of business applications used by millions of organizations worldwide. So from your perspective, right, how are CRM platforms and integrated business tools reshaping the way companies manage customer relationships today?
Sure. Customer relationships today are no longer managed through isolated conversations. They are shaped through a continuous flow of data, insights, and engagements through the entire organization: sales, marketing, service. So
Mhm.
platforms like CRM have evolved from being a simple sales database into a strategic system that connects marketing, sales support, finance, and operations around the customer. So even today, two-man business, right, will still need to use a CRM
Mm,
because customer uh, demands and expectations are rising.
I understand. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Cool. So moving on with the next question. Many organizations are working towards creating a 360-degree view of the customer across sales, marketing, and support, like you mentioned before. So, how can businesses break down data silos and build a more connected customer experience using modern platforms?
Sure. So in Zoho runs on Zoho, and we believe that businesses should have a unified platform that
Mhm.
powers these interactions. So only with that, they gain the ability to deliver consistent, contextual, and personalized experiences. The biggest barrier I see many organizations when they are trying to deliver great customer experience is not about the technology, it's the fragmentation between departments and
Mm.
teams. And each department will maintain their own data. And imagine if you have two departments, right? Aggregating this data and combining the data will take some effort. Imagine if your organization has definitely have more than two departments.
Mm.
Imagine if you have 10 departments, and in some departments, not every one of them is very IT savvy. And trust me, sometimes these departments will have very important data that can help each other departments serve the customers better. So the key is not just in integrations, but also in deep native integration, where applications are designed to work together from ground up.
Mm.
So when it happens, organizations will move closer to this 360-degree view of the customer. And that will enable faster decision making, better service, and more meaningful engagement.
I understand. So it complements well with one another for each departments. Okay. All right. Thank you, Cool. So next question is, so now AI is rapidly transforming the customer experience landscape. How do you see AI and automation enabling businesses to deliver more personalized, efficient, and proactive customer interactions in the coming years?
Sure. So we know we have human intelligence, right?
Mm.
So AI is, going to be a tool to ensure that to amplify the human intelligence. It's going to fundamentally shift how businesses going to engage with customers. But the real opportunity is not just about the automation; it's about the augmentation. Uh, in the near future or even now, AI actually acts as an intelligent layer across the customer journey because it can analyze the customer behavior better, identify patterns, and surface insights to help teams respond more effectively. Because for the normal human, it is very boring to
Mm.
sit and filter loads and loads of data. The
Yeah.
human will be very bored.
Mhm.
But the AI does it very well, and sometimes it's not biased. But in Zoho, we always have human as a intervention or human checker
Mm.
to ensure that uh, the human intelligence will be able to complement with this AI, right, to come out with better outcomes. Because we know sometimes the AI in the early stage, right, they may still have some kind of hallucination. So the subject matter experts or the human, right, when powered with AI, right, can do much more. For example, AI can help sales teams prioritize the most promising leads by intelligent lead scoring. You can even assist support agents by suggesting the best response. Because imagine using canned messages, right? The human need to uh, repeat certain text message or emails, right?
Mm.
The human can get very emotionally drained. And I use one funny example, a comical example. The
Mm.
hardest letter or email to write is actually the apology note. Sometimes, when you're doing a customer service, you know that you're not wrong. You know that
Mm.
you're not wrong. But as a gentleman, as a business, you want to show empathy, you write an apology note. But it's very painful for the human knowing that they are not in the wrong to write an apology note. So the AI can help you take care of this kind of situation well. Another key area is predictive experience management. So instead of waiting for problems to occur, right, the AI can flag, let's say, churn risk, identify dissatisfaction signals, email sentiments, and it can even recommend proactive outreach. So in Zoho, our approach in AI is very focused on practical intelligence embedded into everyday workflows. So imagine the AI is behind the scenes,
Mhm.
working with the human agent within our ecosystem. So that is the way I find that the AI is most naturally practical, and it must also be used contextually in your environment.
Mhm. Thank you, Ku, for the explanation and as well as the examples. I like how you use the apology note as example that how we still need human in to complement all the AIs, even though with the the existence of AI. Okay. All right, cool. So next question is Soho offers a suite of more than 40 integrated applications across CRM, finance, HR, and collaboration. How important is having a unified ecosystem when organizations are scaling their digital transformation efforts?
Okay, I use a everyday example. Nowadays, we are no short of business software tools, right? If you go into just marketing alone, every year you have another 100 tools, and in the market currently you have at least 5,000 tools just for marketing. When
Mm.
your company is small, it gets the magic formula, right? You scale fast, right? Imagine every co-founder or every departmental head whom you onboard join your company. Every one of them bring in different tools. And sometimes in a startup or in a fast-growing Series A, Series B environment, some co-founders also leave the company, right? So imagine every departmental head come in and join your company, bring in 2 sets of tools. After 5 departmental head come in, right, your organization is working with 10 tools, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody need to understand, oh, this is how you use or this email. Oh, this is how to use the HR system. This is how you use the payroll. This is how you use. And instead of working on the customer acquisition and perfecting your product and to provide quality customer service and also managing shareholder expectations, every department is trying to learn what other department has in order to move the data correctly from each department to another. Because when you start to have funding, you start to have stakeholders, every stakeholder want to see some reports,
Mm.
right? I've seen no VC will invest in a company and tell you, hey, cool, don't worry, take the money, right? Don't need to give me any report. I
Yeah.
trust you. There's no investor will think like that, right?
Yeah.
So when organizations scale, complexity grows very quickly. Different departments adopt different software, data becomes fragmented, and integrations incur costs.
Mm.
And this cost is not just the operational cost, it's also the opportunity cost. And every time the CEO, the CTO have to go in to understand this is the whole tech stack of the company. They spend a lot of time evaluating vendors, right? And the time spent onboarding the vendors, change management, right? Actually can cause a lot of stress and a lot of distraction to a
Mm.
growing company. So when business applications are designed to work together, let's say they choose the right vendor, they go with Zoho, right? So across CRM, finance, HR, analytics, and collaboration, companies gain operational visibility across the whole organization, right? So leaders can make decisions based on real-time insights rather than piecing together from multiple systems. So ultimately, I find that this digital transformation is not about implementing more tools, right? It is about building a connected digital foundation that supports growth and agility. Using a very layman example, so imagine today I come dressed. Imagine I start to wear a t-shirt from Puma, a sweater from Adidas, my shoes from Gucci, right? Imagine every piece of my outfit comes from a different brand.
Oui.
I can imagine how foolish I will look, right, in front
Yeah.
of a mirror. So this goes the same with business tools.
Mhm.
So in Zoho runs on Zoho. We are a test to this success over the past 30 years. Yeah. So from my experience in Zoho for the past 8 years, right, I've seen how this integration really grows many companies from small to medium and from medium to big brands.
Mhm. Yes. With having one software that integrates and connect with everything, it makes our life much more easy. Cool. And that's what Zoho does. Okay. All right. Last question. Cool. So looking ahead, what key CX trends should businesses in Southeast Asia, particularly in the Philippines, pay attention to in order to stay competitive and build stronger customer relationships?
Sure, maybe I'd like to have a short disclaimer, right?
Mhm.
So, I'm based in Singapore, right? Even though I've traveled across Southeast Asia, I would not say that I'm an expert in the Philippines market. But one thing I observe in my career and also how I interact with a lot of Philippine business, right? It is a very strong market because the Philippines people are hardworking, they are tech savvy, speaks good English,
Mm.
and they're very connected to the world market and also the Southeast Asia market. So being in Singapore, right, we are like a financial hub, and every country is trying to, have customers here, selling into Singapore, right? And imagine the amount of potential. So the businesses may not be just in Philippines. I have served many customers in the Philippines who have grown out from Philippines. So they expanded to other geolocations successfully. Because Southeast Asia is a very dynamic digital economy in this part of the world. And customer expectations are evolving very quickly. So if they find a client based in Singapore and they can sell easily, they have built another demographic of market that they can tap into. And the Philippine business are also very adaptive. Many Philippine business owners are selling into US, UK, Hong Kong, very outstanding. I have seen some of the companies, even in Singapore, are not able to be as, promising as some of the Philippines-based companies. So one key trend I observe is hyper-personalization. Because customers are increasingly expect business to understand their preference well. And they want to expect the business to deliver relevant experiences across channel, whether is it social media, messaging apps, or any kind of platform. And there's also another trend I observe is a conversational engagement. So they just interact with, let's say, your chatbot, and the purchase can be done with the chatbot. They go to a social media, right? They can click certain links and they can buy and transact at that point of time. It is results as a service type of era where any client, right, with a swipe of a credit card can buy the product now. So a lot of things can be bought now without much friction. Back in the old days, you would probably need to navigate through some apps. You need to be directed to some place. You have to click maybe 5 to 7 clicks and before you can make a purchase. Nowadays, within 3 or 4 clicks, you can ask you already can start to, the platform knows where you want the item to be delivered to already. Yeah. And we're also seeing a lot of growing adoption of AI-driven insights, especially a lot of SMEs. Nowadays the bosses of the SMEs are getting younger and younger, right? More IT savvy. Every new founder that I meet this year, right? The buzzword is AI, agentic, right? It's like it becomes very easy to start a business these days. I remember many years ago, right? To be a business owner, you need to fork out money to pay rent, to find a good shop, do some renovation. Nowadays, you can create a website within 15 minutes, right? There are many AI tools that can build tools very fast, right? So in Zoho, we also have this low-code, no-code application builder, which enables you to build a mobile app within 15 minutes.
Wow.
And it's also like powered by AI. So do check it out.
Yeah.
And finally, there's a strong shift in platform thinking, where organizations are moving away from fragmented software stacks, right? People are also getting a lot of recommendations from LLMs, right? Back in the old days, right, probably you need to speak to a developer. You need to do some brainstorming with your IT manager, your subject matter experts, to come up with some workflows. Nowadays, any founder can just talk to a LLM, right? Get many good ideas, and sometimes the LLM will even suggest, right, the vendors you can go to if you are looking for unified solutions. Even Zoho itself, LLMs are also promoting for Zoho. So companies that invest early in these connected systems, data-driven decision making, customer-centric processes will be the ones that will position to compete in this region's rapid growing digital economy. So this is some of my observations in the trends. Yeah. So Philippines is in a good place because it's a very globally connected, speaks good English, good relationships with many of the Southeast Asia countries. And because of this digital commerce era, right, it's very easy to sell, get vendors and sell to other countries, let's say even Singapore.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
AI tools also assist in a lot of things like localization, language translation also. You can come up with some content. AI can help you translate this content to several different languages. Mandarin, right? Even in Tamil. So you can reach global markets with the help of AI and digital tools.
Mhm. That's very interesting. And that makes our life more easier to connect with one another. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for sharing all those valuable insights, and along with all your examples, all the daily examples that we can relate to. So I'm sure that our listeners today, they they will have something, one or two things that they will learn from this podcast. And then, cool, before we wrap up, I would like to highlight that Zoho is our gold sponsor for the upcoming third annual CX Global Summit Philippines 2026. Hence, we talk about Philippines. So, Zoho will be on site showcasing their solutions and sharing how organizations can leverage integrated platforms, AI, and data to transform customer experience. If you're a CX, marketing, or digital leader looking to enhance your customer experience strategies, be sure to connect with Zoho at the event and explore the solutions firsthand. Cool, thank you so much again for joining us today. And thank you so much for supporting the event. See you at the event. And to everyone listening, thank you so much for tuning into the Potency Event Global Podcast Series. See you at the summit. Thank you so much, Cool. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Our pleasure to participate. See you guys soon.